Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I'm here with a fragrance that I don't feel like I personally gave enough credit to, and I feel like it's about time. So from the house of Creed, which again I don't give enough credit to, it's Creed Aventus Cologne. So I got this when I got a steal on a tester. I thought it was a pretty good price. For some reason my bottle looks way more drained than I've let it be, so I don't know why it is evaporating. It's kind of weird. Anyway, it's a credible source, so it is an accurate smelling tester. Let's go ahead and talk about the notes, and let's go ahead and talk about why I'm bringing you this review, even though I've owned it for well over a year. So it's got mandarin orange, ginger, pink pepper, bergamot, and spearmint in the top. Mid is vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood, ozonic notes, and then the base, it is musk, birch, tonka bean, styrax, and cedar. Most of you already know this is just basically a fresher take on Aventus, and it really is. And the opening is really bright and invigorating. As it dries down, I get a little bit more smokiness. The birch comes out. I personally get the patchouli, and then it becomes a lot more musky, which I really like the muskiness, I'll say that. When I got this, I was 100% not impressed, and I was like, I don't know why people rave about this. Now, over time, that changed. Why did that change? Is it because I suddenly started liking it? It looks like I love it based on this dent. So whenever I go out, especially when it's like a really pretty day outside, if my friends stop here first and I'm like, hey, you know, I've narrowed it down, pick one of these fragrances. Aventus Cologne is always the one that they pick. So like after it happened this last time, I was like, you know what, I should probably review it. It deserves the credit because even though I don't like original Aventus, it's definitely like for the most part too dark, and a lot of iterations of it are too patchouli heavy for me. This one does actually go a lot lighter, a lot fresher. And it has like almost like this touch of soapiness in the dry down, but the way that it balances with the rest of the notes, I kind of like it. It grew on me. You have to look for that, by the way. It's like the way that the notes are blended. But it is fresh. It is bright. And let's go ahead and talk about it because I'm about to go out of order and I don't want to. So it's got a touch of smokiness. It's like fruity. It's fresh. It kind of has a little bit of everything. In my opinion, miles ahead of the regular Aventus. I don't really like the regular Aventus, and I feel like I've smelled it in way too many iterations, and I haven't liked any of the actual batches of the OG that I've smelled. This is actually really nice. Again, my mind wasn't blown, and I thought it should have been when I got this, but you know what? I don't think that's what this is here to do. So performance, I actually get good performance off of this. I didn't notice it the first couple of times I wore it, but after a while, the people around me kind of made me aware that it was there a lot longer than I perceived it being there. So I would say on average, I get between 7 to 9 hours. It might be longer than that, but I think that's typically on average what I get for it. Which honestly, for this DNA, I have no issue with it. I definitely thought I was getting less than 6 hours the first couple times I wore it, but it turns out I'm wrong and I was going nose blind to it. So for a fresher scent, 7 to 9 hours, although some people I imagine get more, I just wouldn't have the baseline to be able to tell you. I think that that's really good. And on top of that, the projection is really good because I'll get comments with people that are like an arm's length away well into the wearing experience. So I'm talking like 5+ hours into the wearing experience. And I definitely thought that this was a softer scent. I think that like it's just one that's maybe a little bit easier to go nose blind, at least to me it has been. In terms of who can wear it, of course this does still lean a little bit more masculine, but in my opinion it's a lot more unisex than the regular Aventus. And I think it's like more agreeable to a younger and older crowd. I feel like the original Aventus leans a little bit more 25 or 30 plus. I think the DNA of that maybe I just don't care for as much, and that's why I think that. Who knows? I know a lot of people wear it. I just really prefer this DNA. I just think it's a lot more versatile, in my opinion. In terms of where you can wear it, that's kind of my favorite thing about this. You can wear it anywhere. Typically when I'm going to an outdoor event, that's when I'll like throw this into the rotation and see if this is what people want me to wear that I'm going with. I think it works really well for outdoor events, but it also works for like a work setting, a formal setting. Yeah, it's a fresh scent, but a fresh scent in a formal setting is what you're going to call non-offensive. That's why I think it's insanely versatile. And although it is a spring summer fragrance, I've worn it in the dead of winter and it still does really well. I think it's more versatile than the original Aventus because in my opinion, you can't wear the, or you shouldn't wear the original Aventus in like the dead of summer. So I think you can wear it anytime, any place. And I think that's what gets the most points for this. I might be wrong. The thing that gets a little bit more points for this is the compliment factor. I can't wear this without getting a compliment. People really seem to like the DNA. So I was just like, you know what? I think this has grown on. Aventus Cologne and Viking Cologne are both really good. It's just for different events. I prefer to dress up Viking Cologne a little because it has like a little bit of that throwback feel. Either way, I don't regret this. I will probably end up buying another bottle. Probably not a tester. I don't know. Either way, it was definitely worth the money I paid for this. I got it for under $200. I think it's even, you can usually find these for steals. Creed, if you kind of search the groups, although the groups are kind of harder to navigate these days, you can usually find some pretty good steals. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you can drop me a message and I'll tell you where I get my Creeds. There's a couple of people that I get them from, but I usually stick to those people because at least I know the legitimacy of the bottles. I don't really like to go outside of the handful of people that I go to for Creed. If you have tried Creed Aventus Cologne, comment down below. Let people know what you think. As always, remember to like this video if you liked it. Be subscribed to my channel. Hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop another video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.